like, the feedback you get is not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to, like, fuck with you or whatever. Fuck you. Starts at 4:45 p.m. That's super fucking chill. I'll make it, you know, whatever. I, like, reread the fucking, the email, and it says, oh, shit, like, it wasn't 4:45. The interview starts at 4 p.m. Like, a message from saying, yo, I'm already in the Zoom call. Where you at, right? Right, my cortisol, my adrenaline, my fucking anger was pummeling. It felt like my blood was fucking boiling. Zoom meeting's about to end. There's like a minute left or whatever. But you know what? I'm already confident that cuts off. And by the end of that interview, all right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Lateral Explosion video blog. Yeah, filming this shit's pretty anxious. I'm pretty fucking anxious right now. Filming this shit in public at fucking Baybrook Mall while people are walking around. But you know, it's one of these things where you just kind of got to debrief and showcase people the value that you have to offer, I feel. But yeah, you know, I thought I'd kind of break down what the interview process for me was like with yeah, it was a fucking interesting experience. I'll say that. You know, it was one of these things where, you know, he posted on his Instagram story asking, like, okay, you know, if you're a young dude looking to get your fucking finance shit in place, you know, get these expert high level skill sets, join my company. My company has a track record of building out millionaires and shit. And I was like, fuck yeah. Filled out the application and you know, typed everything in, and yeah, the first interview was scheduled I want to say like a week later, right? It was with this guy named, and he was super chill. You know, he was a chill guy, and I popped on, you know, having set up everything, had done some vocal exercises, did a little bit of meditation and stuff before the interview, and yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where it's like you're kind of prepping for like a tsunami, but it was kind of like a baby wave, right? It's like, right? At least that was like the first interview. I was like kind of overblowing it in my head, like, oh my god, it's gonna be like paralyzing in fear. But no, he was super chill. Like, this was super chill. He was just like, yeah, it's first interview. We're just gonna break down, you know, what do you got to do, the requirements, etc., etc. And yeah, things went well. Kept the nice social flow going. A little bit of an awkward pause here or there, like when with the interview, but yeah, things went well. Right, first interview, I was like, fuck yeah, I did this. And he's like, you know what, I'm already confident. I want to schedule you for the second interview with...
Tell me back. But what I will do is I'll have out to you for a second call, just so you guys can kind of dig into more details about the role, about, you know, your experience, and definitely bring up that Discord experience you have with us already, because that's valuable. And then we'll go from there. Awesome, man. But yeah, if you, whatever questions you end up coming up with, just go ahead and shoot me an email, or send them as well on the second call.
Right? And so that was actually the next day, and I actually had work the next day, so I was like, okay, just kind of do my little work, and then come around, do some vocal exercises like the night before, some release work, and then, you know, prep with this interview with, and I got on an interview with all around super cool guy. I kept a nice conversation with him because he was the setter manager, and you know, just kind of chit-chatted with him. And then by the end of it, there was like a timer on the Zoom meeting, right, that says the Zoom meeting will end in 30 minutes, right? So, you know, like the last thing I literally heard from him was like, yo, by the way, the Zoom meeting is about to end. There's like a minute left or whatever. But you know what? I'm already confident that cuts off. I'm like, what? Wait. And I'm like, hell yeah. He was like, I'm already confident that, but he cuts off. Then he gives me like a phone call. It's like, yo, sorry, the Zoom meeting called. Yeah, you know, I'm already confident that I already want to move you to the next third interview with, right?
I can already tell you, I want to move forward with... Oh no. No. It ended. Hello. Hello. Talk soon, okay? Bye.
Did it. This is 29 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck yeah, this shit's the bomb. Got the third interview. I was super excited. But it's one of these things where like time management fucked me up, right? Where it was like, okay, I have to manage like my time, I have to get good sleep and yada yada yada. And I got an email, and it was like saying like all I saw was 4:45 p.m. right? So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, the interview starts at 4:45 p.m. That's super fucking chill. I'll make it, whatever. Then I like kind of. Then I remember I get on Discord call with some of the boys, right? And we just kind of chat, shoot the shit. And then like it's like 4:04 p.m., right? And then I look at the email, and all I see is like a message from saying, "Yo, I'm already in the Zoom call. Where you at?" Right? Or like and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I like reread the fucking the email, and it says, "Oh shit!" Like it wasn't 4:45. The interview starts at 4 p.m. Right? So I'm like fucking 4 minutes late, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, what the fuck, dude?" I'm tripping. So I make up some little bullshit excuse. I'm like, "Oh yeah, my computer was fucking up, and I had to restart it, etc., etc." And so I came in super reactive to that interview. I was like, "Oh fuck, what do I do?" It's one of these situations where you got to come in prepared. Super reactive, and I'm all in my head. I'm like super nervous and anxious during the interview, and I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? How's it going? Right? I did zero preparation beforehand. I was just kind of fucking around with some of my friends. Zero preparation beforehand. And yeah, I was in my head the entire time. I was nervous, and bro was kind of he was like a sweet soul, but with like a nice amount of tenacity behind him, where he was like, there's like this thing in like the discovery phase in like meeting someone, right? Where you have to get to know them, you have to ask him open-ended questions to kind of see what they're going through. And he picked it. He was like, yeah, man, let's kind of go through your job experience, this, that. And I could tell bro was fucking solid with his just discovery phase. He just kind of like, he was like seeing the patterns already. Like, okay, so you were working here before, and then you started working at this restaurant, and then you started, okay, so you're kind of jumping ship basically, right? It seems like there's a pattern of just like, okay, things are getting tough, you fucking jump out, right?
I guess the general concern I have with this job history, even though you're a young guy, is that it seems like you're kind of keep going back into the comfort zone with like a steady money, or more comfort. Like the server job, essentially, it's like a comfort zone, which I get it because I was a server. And then the sales position is like you trying to, push the boundary a bit, but then when shit hits the fan and people are like, fuck you, bro, it's like, seems like you go inward with it.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean there's no saving it, but you would have to change something in order to change that path, because I'm not looking for somebody who's going to stay on for, less than a year.
Okay. So your biggest concern is, I'm going to jump off the ship.
Well, the concern is that the job history is ping-pong between comfort and pushing the boundaries. But you haven't stuck in there long enough to break past that first wall in sales. The first wall in sales is hard to break through.
And I'm like getting angry, triggered, like it's kind of like this weird mix of emotions. Like, oh fuck, this guy feels like he's kind of getting in my head right now. And the entire time I'm pissed, but then he's simultaneously giving me feedback. Like, yeah, man, you got to break through these fucking walls. That's how you grow as a person, etc., etc. And by the end of that interview, right, my cortisol, my adrenaline, my fucking anger was pummeling. It felt like my blood was fucking boiling. But I did come out with some solid lessons. It's like that whole shot of poisonous medicine, right? The feedback you get is the feedback you need. Or like the feedback you get is not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to like fuck with you or whatever. And yeah, that's basically what happened, But yeah, that was my experience interviewing. Now, this video blog is a little bit of a shit show, but fuck you. Alright. Hell yes, this shit is fucking awesome.